I believe that poetry is like it's not like golf. So you don't have to sit up here and just be like, oh, that's really nice. You can snap, you can clap, you can scream, you can yell. I like to say it's like church. If the spirit moves you, you know, you let the spirit move you and you say whatever you want. It feels good to you, right? You good?
Well.
Okay, let's do this. Here, our dead do not know old age. We do not know what retirement looks like, or class reunions without empty seats as reminders of who did not make it back. Here, we bury our children before they meet graduation. At least mama can put the cap and gown money towards the light bill, call it money management. He did not do much in life. At least the little college fund can keep the house pump warm for another month. They will clean out his locker. Books given to another hoping to make it to see prom. A funeral should not be the only time he sees a suit. A ghost should have memories of when it was dressed to kill. Memories of when black boys could dance together and not be seen as a riot. Even when a black boy smiled as a protest. Even when we use the senior photos for the t-shirts we wear to march with. Even when I cannot remember a year I did not take another black body from my home. I know why we are given a ball instead of a pen. Better to learn how to shoot, steal, guard. These are the only skills worthy of a body with a shelf life. I try to swallow his name, and all the others come clawing up to greet it. I do not have much room left to hold them in. They have made a home in all the empty spaces where I forget people can die of old age, that some die from living too long. I do not know what skin color grants you longevity, but I do know what skin color grants you an option. When Jesse overdosed, they made a memorial. When Malik was shot, we went to work the next day. Told our boss we do not need that time off in May. Our vacation days go to giving bones back to the ground. From dust we came, so dust we shall return. And now I know why my grandmother kept her house so clean. How dirt can be a reminder that your grandson is a breath away from being chalk. How the limestone used to outline dead bodies is formed deep in the ocean from pressure. And now I know why every classroom smells of seawater. And now I know why black people don't swim. It is because we cannot believe in something that is that big and that black that has not yet been shot. It is because we fear drowning. We know what happens to oxygen ripped from lungs we feels like. It is a 911 call you have been waiting for since you named him Tremaine. It is the bloodstained clothes you will wash and bleach and give to his younger brother to wear to school the next day. Death is our heirloom. The afterlife is a resident we are destined to fill up. That's why we call our funerals homegoing services. You made it, bruh. You can finally rest. You can live in a place that sees your blackness and does not wonder how it got here so clean. Still talking. Interesting factoid. Jesus, before, up until when Jesus turned 12, there's no mention of Joseph, his father. So essentially, Jesus was raised without a father. Earthly father. An earthly father for you very heavily religious people. Y'all was like, fuck me up. Y'all was like, and he was up in heaven, son. Without an earthly father. You good?
Preach for
Y'all good?
Preach for
If you want to check that shit, my teammate is a pastor. She checked that shit. So.
Come out that
So I say that to say that black children are holy. This is not to say that any other children are holy. It's just that I believe it's a protest to say black children and brown children are holy because this world teaches them that they are not. So, a body was murdered, right? We threw up our hands to heaven like grandma used to every Sunday when the rent was due. We would all look up to see where her help came from, and we didn't wonder how the light stayed on or the table never wanted of food. That pew is where we learn of prayer and the gospel. The giving and the receiving, how a prophet can die and come back as long as we believe. But now, we believe that he died in the street with his hands up. We must be able to bring him back, print his image, shout his name, and resurrection will happen exactly how the good book said it would. But it doesn't. The children leave the pew to learn of religion. How the non-believers take the image that best fit their story and call it fact. Preach of bronze skin, all they see is a rebellious metal beaten to form. Speak of hair like wool, watch them call his locks probable cause. Say his message was of peace, and all they hear is that a savior did not come to free the ones putting people in chains. Yo, this is not the first time an innocent man was killed from fear of possibility, y'all. Yeah, we sat in that church and learned of a baby born into poverty by a mother who did not plan on having him. The story sounds familiar, right? A baby who became a man who grew up without a father, and no one blamed his death on his absence. Learn about the man, but not the boy, who was allowed to become. He was not beaten bloody for making too loud for a joyful noise in the temple. He wasn't labeled a thug based upon the sinners he surrounded himself with. The boy was meant to save his people, and no one killed a child before they made a holy book of his words. Y'all, have we forgotten that Mary was a woman of color? She believed her son was meant for great things as long as she raised him right and respectable, all to have him die at those upholding the law. Is this just another cycle of black women birthing messiahs whose sole purpose is to die for the sake of other people? Or is it the fear of the countless possibilities a black child has? Every child with the skin color of night is a Big Bang Theory praying they do not meet a God who believes they cannot exist. But a black child does exist. A black child is a scientific anomaly. They do create light even while collapsing into themselves. They do survive in space uninhabited by anyone but them. They are the cross-section between science and religion, the belief that they are and the hope that they can become. You know, my grandmother, she rolls her hands because she believed her help would come. We have turned the streets into our pews, our protests a joyful noise. We are waiting for enough people to believe our dead are holy, waiting for enough people to believe that if a black child can come back from death, then we all can. I was born and raised in the South. There's two things you got. It's three things you got in the South. It's barbecue, sweet tea, and it's Jesus.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? If you say you ain't got all three, you ain't got Jesus. And so, you know, I was very, like my mother, we had a great talk about religion the other day and about faith and about how we should live the life that Jesus wanted, and that's really based around love, and that's what I feel like I base my life around. And that if Jesus, there's a really dope quote by one of my favorite poets. It says that Jesus, the Apostle Paul was a physician by trade. Even Jesus had a doctor on the ready, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we all need help when we need it. That's a quote from a great quote. I'm not gonna say that quote. The name of this poem is called For White Kids Who Teach in Black Communities. You should keep doing it. Please keep doing it, because we need you. So don't take this as you should not do it. Actually, I can give a fuck, I can take it. It always begins with Columbus and ends with a photo op. Always a photo op. I know you're gonna frame this picture, tell your black friends about the time you spent teaching black kids how to play the drums. African drums. I know you can't two-step, but you taught them to keep the beat. To add to the bass stump and improvise to feel it building in your belly and let the hands do the rest. My kids been making beats long before you watched Coming to America and thought Zamunda was a real place. Before you learned Africa was more than a missionary's profile picture, I've seen them turn a table into an orchestra, but of course, you were born directed. Taught that these kids need your direction, but police officers and conductors both use batons, and my kids don't fuck with 12. You can't beat a lesson into them. I know America keeps believing that to be true. My kids have watched their families be broken by men with sticks to keep them in line. Watched a black boy die on the internet just to keep order. So when you tell me that they lack discipline and don't listen to your instructions, what I hear is, I could have used my nightstick, but ain't nobody filming this for me to share on Facebook. The drumming instructor cried yesterday, and nobody lynched my kids in retaliation. I know there are places in North Carolina where an old shack still smells like a white girl's good intentions and a black boy's lost breath. I know a white clergyman died marching in Selma, but Dylan Roof got Burger King, and my kids still get moldy bread donated with a smile. A white girl cried in a multicultural center, and the building is still standing. No one burned down a black community and built a Starbucks. It's not the first time white tears almost got black kids shot. My kids are not a continent to colonize. My kids are not a language to take and claim as yours. My kids' names are already formed for your tongue, so do not swallow Jakarion and spit out Jared. You called him disruptive, unfocused, rude. I hear you watched Gone with the Wind and got mad that Hattie McDaniels won an Oscar for playing a maid and didn't thank her master in the acceptance speech. White effort is always at the expense of black appreciation. If you really want to help them, go teach love and acceptance to the white kids who will grow up to be cops and profile my kids. When your mom says something racist, correct her. When you lock your doors and my kids walk by, correct yourself. Real revolution happens within, and I can't teach you to see my kids as worthy if you already see them as lesser than. They don't need your help. You need theirs. They were born a drumbeat long before your legs knew rhythm. Listen to their song and then teach your future kids to sing. And for the love of God, no more fucking photo ops with my kids. We don't talk about mental health enough in general, but particularly in Black and brown community. And I've lost a lot of friends to suicide. I deal with my own depression and anxiety, and so this poem is dedicated to anybody who's going through that and can identify it. So thank y'all so much for listening. I appreciate y'all.
Let's go, bro.
Today, I hit the snooze button one too many times and woke up already 15 minutes late for work. My car sputtered a fuck you 10 times before finally cranking up, and I guess so. The breakfast fast food lady forgot my orange juice. My boss made his work, my work. The lunch fast food lady forgot my sweet tea. My back left tire died. I walked 5 miles to a clothes repair shop. My partner lost my rent. A bird shit on my head. Yo. For all intents and purposes, I'm having a bad day. Today, everyone tells me there are millions just like me who wake up to a world that has the sun singing, the birds shining, and it still calls us crazy. Tells us that our happiness is about as important as nutritional facts at McDonald's or as meaningless as poor shaming the hungry. Today, my destruction is tangible. Even still, these days are fleeting and forgetful as breath. Today, I woke up at the bottom of the ocean. Everyone's hands or prayers or medication reaching in rescue, but this suffocation feels like home. Feels like the only constant I've ever known. Like my mother telling me to pray it away, but all I've ever known of prayer is the sanctifying of a thing. Whether it be sinful or nourishing, and there is nothing holy or food here. This is only the reality of a boy, swallowed whole by his own creation, and I know if it does not bleed or bruise, we do not yet know the words to offer as healing. But if Jonah and his whale is not a definition for my depression and why I can stay in bed all day and hate myself for every moment, then I don't know the words to audibly ask you when you ask, am I okay? No. Because the whale is still here, y'all. It is not done yet using me as food. As much time I've spent on bended knee trying to sanctify this body, I have made a home where I am being devoured. Digestion is a physical and chemical breakdown of a large body into smaller pieces to be of use. And if that is not a metaphor for a Tuesday inside my head, then I don't know the adequate response when you ask, am I okay? I don't know, y'all. I don't know if it will ever get better. This ocean will ever grant us guilt and allow us to swim, but y'all, I do believe in Murphy's Law, that whatever can happen will happen. Y'all, our breakthrough is in the realm of possibility. You'll check it tomorrow. Your favorite chicken spot has your favorite piece of chicken in the drive-thru lady. Did not forget your sweet tea. Your favorite jeans, they fit you. Your mother, she said, I love you. And she meant that shit. Your father, at long last, looked you in the eye and said, I know. And in that moment, you realize that we are never alone, that we are in all of this together. Yo, today, we all woke up and the ocean was suffocating, but we decided to swim. That if depression wanted us dead, it was gonna have to fight for it. Yo, if you don't remember anything else, remember this: it is unequivocally, unquestionably okay to not be okay. As much as my hands are outstretched in exhaustion, they are also outstretched to help anybody who needs it. Y'all, amazing things can happen, like revolution and change and all the beautiful freedoms we wish for. Y'all, they can happen when we least expect it, y'all. Like right now. Thank y'all so much for that.